Good morning, friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo, with marvelous camera Mandy behind the camera. Say hello, wait a minute. You're not behind the camera anymore, camera Mandy. You are now one of the stars of the show. Yes, you make me the star of the show. Yes, I will talk to you. Camera Mandy.
I appreciate the hype.
Everyone
Thank you.
in the chat, we must give her claps. She is marvelous, and she is amazing and done all kinds of crazy hard work, along with all the rest of our Gooey crew and our friends to get us all moved. And it's been quite a couple of weeks. Yes, camera Mandy?
Absolutely, it has. Can people let me know if my audio is working okay? I've had issues with the StreamYard. So just let me know if you guys can hear me.
You sound good to me.
What? Oh, awesome. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Yes, and I'm very sorry. I had put in the newsletter yesterday that we'd be going live from the studio, but we just didn't quite get that done.
Well, listen, let's just, camera Mandy, I'm going to interrupt you. Let's just be clear about this. Camera Mandy called me last night with her dear Adam, who is the emeritus member of the Gooey crew, right? And said, we're going to sit here tonight and get the studio ready for tomorrow. And I said, absolutely not. You're going to go home and enjoy your evening, and we will... there is not a person in our group who would mind that we had to postpone that so that you did not have to work for 2 more hours last night or 3 more hours and all that.
Well, to be fair, I actually ended up working all last night because we shot a tour of the...
Yes, I know. Yes.
And I edited it. So anyway, so we have like a really cool tour of our new office space to show you all. And yeah, and if you want, we should probably... Can we start with that?
Well, just a couple things I want to do, because we're going to talk today about Shadows and Gensicon, and I get to talk a little bit about Rob and me and our conversations around that, and also the exciting news about what's going on with who are the characters that are being featured. We get to talk about this marvelous Witch's Wrath, which started with James and James, and then Kevin came alongside and helped with that, and I'm excited to talk with them. And I also, just before I came on, I was messaging back and forth with John Kalman, because John is the one who is authoring The Dead and Fallow, which is an adventure that I am very, very... I'm excited about them all. Let's speak the truth. But because The Dead and Fallow goes to the Vile Desolation, and it's got some really, really creepy stuff, it's so up my alley, right? So I'm very, very excited about that one as well. So we got these 3 adventures coming. We got lots to talk about. I want to give everybody a quick update on stuff. We got all these social media things to show. We're going to give another little bit of a Kickstarter update. We're going to talk about Gen Con. We're going to talk about Denver, right? Because we're going to it's not called Comic-Con anymore, right, Camera Mandy? What is it?
No, it used to be Denver Comic-Con. Then they changed it to Pop Culture Con, and now it is Fan Expo.
It is Fan Expo. Yes, this is it. We will be up there. Yes, I am going to dress up as a barbarian. Okay, that is not true. So
you kind of already do a little. No, just kidding.
I am not a barbarian.
Just in your everyday. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, we got all kinds of fun stuff. But yes, let's show so cameraman, you did this video, which is basically a tour of our totally messy offices. Is that correct?
I did indeed. And I did it last night at like 6. So
and we're also going to show your Balania video, right? We're going to do that today?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a few cool videos to show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me just get this running, and we will show you some cool stuff. Here we go. Hi, it's Camera Mandy. I'm coming to you with a Goo Crew review of something new. Okay, yeah, I don't have the charisma of Alphinius, so I will stop with that nonsense. Anyways, I am here to show you a behind-the-scenes look of our brand new space for Gooey Cube. This is a 2-story office. We have this section of the bottom floor here. I call it Gooey Corridor because this is all gooey all the time. Super fun. Anyway, follow me and I'll show you what our new space looks like. So we walk inside, and this is our messy hallway. As you can see, we're not quite done organizing things, but Alphinius really wanted a video with everything still kind of messy. So here we are. We'll do a final video after we're done. But this is where we will be putting all of our packages for USPS to come pick up. We have some beautiful art going up on the walls. We have our wonderful Gooey Cube Level Up Your Game Mastery sign that's going to be lifted up. We're going to be having World of Zyathé maps all over the place and loads of gooey art. Over here, we're going to be putting up this amazing West Verdestia poster that our contributors put together for Alphinius. So it's going to be right here in the entrance to remind us of all the fabulous people who helped make Gooey Cube so spectacular. Did you get a picture of the gnome? Okay, just making sure. Okay, follow me into our next location. This is going to be the Gooey Cube storage room. In here, we have all of our merchandise. Well, not all of it, because we also have a 10 by 10 storage unit just down the street from here that houses even more Gooey Cube product. We need to start selling more because we have too much of it here. Here are some put together chapters. We also have a bunch of disassembled chapters as we have started doing the assembly on our end, which makes it a lot easier on everyone. And again, this is just a small portion of it because we also have that storage unit that houses so much. Okay, next up we have what is my favorite thing about this new office, which is an actual shipping room. So basically, this is where we will assemble all of our product and get it shrink wrapped and put in boxes and shipped out to you to get it into your hands. And this is a much more functional space than what we had in the last office, and I'm really looking forward to using it. On top of that, we have some behind the scenes goodies here. These pieces of art are for our contributors and they'll be going out next week, all signed by Alphinius Goo. So all you wonderful contributors who sent in submissions are going to be receiving some really cool art coming up here. Next up, we are gonna go, there's a few offices to see. Again, it's a wonderful gooey corridor. We're gonna be posting art all over the walls. It's gonna look fabulous in here. Look at this awesome East Fredestia PVC map. We'll be putting stuff like this up all over the place and making it feel really gooey. So that way when you guys come visit us, you guys have lots more to see. Over here is Mel and AJ's office. It's a little messy, so, you know, but no judgment. We're still moving in. My office is also a disaster. We have Smash Case's office over here. We'll be getting him a desk and it doubles as storage. Open up one of these and we have our wonderful little magazines of some of our new races. Wonderfully organized all of our new character folios for our pre-generated characters, and these will be going up on the website soon. Should I give Kiss Mia's wheel a spin? -2 dungeon. I was so close to that. Yeah, luck is not in my favor today, I guess. Next up over here is my office. It's still a work in progress. Again, no judgment. But what's really cool about my space is that I have my main mess over here, my main computer, but then our sound booth is actually connected straight into my office at this point. So if you look through this little window over here, you'll see the sound booth and it goes straight into my office. Very easy to record. And we're definitely looking forward to getting in there and recording some awesome Gooey Cube podcasts. Here, I'll pretend to be him. Ha ha! This is I, Alphinius Goo. Again, more beautiful art all over the place. All of these are going to be up and mounted on the walls. What you cannot smell, because you're watching this on video, is the scent of these PVC printed pieces of art. The ink is quite musty, but we are working on that. Down this hallway here, we have even more beautiful art that leads us to our studio room. And here we are. This is the studio. It's not much of a studio yet, but we will get there. We're gonna have Alphinius's office here where we're gonna be recording Goo Morning, Zyathé. We're going to be having the GM's table over here. We're gonna have awesome streams in this room. I can feel it. It's gonna be a great time. Where's the hat? I hope you have enjoyed this tour of our new office space. I hope that a lot of you guys get the chance to come out and visit us here in Colorado Springs. I will do another tour once this is much more put together and finalized and not so messy. But for now, may all your adventures be sticky. Enjoy the rest of Goo Morning, Zyathé. Was that so cheesy? I should have done like a spell. What's wrong with me? Pass me that wand. May all your adventures be sticky. Why am I still doing this finger thing? So yeah.
It was pretty cheesy, Camera Mandy, but it was marvelous.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our new space. It's fun, and it'll be even better once it's all actually organized. So
Yes,
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yes, and we can actually play our games now in the office studio, right? So we'll be able to do all of that in that one room, which I think will be really, really fun.
Yes, and Alphinius has decided that he wants that entire room to be filled with dungeon
tiles.
Yes.
So you're actually gonna have to dig up the company. You're gonna have to
And torches. Yes.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna
Boards
have
on
to
the
figure out how to do the
walls.
torches.
Yes. Aha. All of that to be sure. So there, I did see Jim posted that vamping originally was using seduction, right, to distract people, which clearly I'm not doing, but it has been changed because it over time it became just distracting, right? That was it. So and I had the finger thing, yes, Mandy. Ha ha ha.
I just had nothing else going on. I just don't have the improv skills of a certain Alphinius. With that said, Alfabio would be great at vamping for time.
He could vamp in all manner of ways.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you want to do social media?
Yes, let's do that. Let us do that, and then we'll move on to some other fun things I want to talk about today that I'm really, really excited about. I hope everybody's having a good time, and good morning to you all. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I actually, this is weird. Mandy didn't mention it yet, but this is our. I will give that. I will talk about the Kickstarter shipment here in just a bit, my friend. The Renegade. So this is actually our 1 year anniversary of Goo Morning's Zyathé, right? This was, and that's why camera Mandy wanted so bad to have it in the studio and all that stuff. But this is wonderful, and I can't tell you, some days the truth is you wake up and you think, oh gosh, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. And then you come in and you do it and you get all these wonderful comments and you're there with your friends. And for me, pretty much every Saturday is made better because of Goo Morning. And I thank you all for joining us and being with us and helping us to make all the things that are going on. And the social media is better and better all the time. We got, here's marvelous course. Harry made this Alphinius. Wonderful. And then yeah, that's a good question, Jim and Renegade. That's a good question. I think Harry needs to do only 6 more. But let's go back because I want to go back to Alphinius there real quick.
We'll talk about that in a second. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm all frazzled this morning.
Yeah, don't be frazzled. That video was great. It was really fun. So this is Alphinius, and Harry made Alphinius. And then Chris Hood, who is a really magnificent painter. We have a number of magnificent painters in our group. Teal is a great painter, and Brian, and there's just a number of folks who just really, Michael Crawford, I think, has just started doing it. I mean, there's just lots of folks who are painters and making cool things to show us. But here is an Alphinius miniature, and actually I have high hopes that I'm going to get all of the miniatures printed by our friends Daniel and Matt, and then have those marvelous prints all painted by our friends. So this is exciting. There's another one by Chris. This is Theros, one of the pre-gens, and then that is Kasserine, I believe, right there.
I think that's Rainy.
That's Rainy Windsong. Yeah, that's Rainy Windsong. That's right. And there you are, Michelle. A little greener than your portrait, but quite marvelous indeed. And then Myron, the ugly troll. What a spectacular image there! I really, I can't even tell you, how exciting it is to see Myron. And then here's 2 more, right? So this is Rezor Hayes and Grenand, right, camera Mandy?
Yeah. So Harry's almost finished with the rest of the sculpts, and then we got to get them to the printer, and they have to actually print them and make sure that, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They make sure the sculpts work with the 3D printer, their 3D printer, basically, adjust the files a little bit, make sure that they work. And then what we're going to do is put up these amazing pre-generated character packages online where you can get your mini and your folio, and we'll have miniatures for all the minis and all the folios for all. Wait, what am I even saying?
We'll have a folio and a miniature that you can order together and be able to have that character in the special folio. And of course, Harry will get some money out of this, although he doesn't do it for that, I can tell you that. And Chris, don't take me wrong. I shouldn't even said that. It was just greener than her portrait, and I shouldn't even said that. Artist interpretation is welcome at Gooey Cube all the time. So do not take that in any way wrongly, my friend. You are a marvelous painter, and I am proud that we have been friends for so long, and that you have done work for me, and I appreciate it very, very much. So,
and I love the color green. I think I think it makes the miniature pop.
It absolutely does. So
okay, so yeah, that's where we're at with miniatures. Next up, the Witch's Wrath.
Okay, so this is not social media, but I'm going to do it as part of social media because I want to tell a little tale about this. So some time ago, obviously in the Kickstarter, we began this process of making these what we called side quest adventures. They're not one shots. They're definitely not one shots. So I mean, I can see 12 to 16, maybe even 20 hours worth of playtime in some of these, depending on how you take them. And they're really marvelous. So I, obviously we're trying to give opportunities to our community to have people be able to author things and of course to compensate folks appropriately for those things and to try to give people a chance to be exposed. So The Witch's Wrath is a marvelous tale that began with me and James Jackson having a chat, and then he brought his friend James in, who is deployed right now, so our thoughts are with him. And they worked together, but then James had to get deployed, and so then also Kevin came in and helped us kind of get this thing close to finished, and we are very close right now. And this is a very wonderful tale because it's really an opportunity, if you wanted to have your Hanatas revisit the Into the Woods that happens in chapter 3. And actually have them see sort of what has progressed afterward, or even to go in before and have it see it differently. But I think it's better for the Hanatas to come in afterwards to experience this. And it is a creepy tale. It's, again, right up my alley, right? I like this grim, dark stuff. It's a creepy tale. It's got some really spooky stuff going on, marvelous artworks by our wonderful artists. And I love the cover of this. It's just fantastic. So we're really excited because The Witch's Wrath is going to be, and Cameron Mandy, I don't know if you know this. This is one of our feature adventures for Gen Con. Did you?
Oh, I do know. And I'm very stressed about it because we got to get it printed.
We're going to make it.
And we still got to get this printed.
We're going to make it. We will make it. I have ultimate confidence, So we're pushing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cameron Mandy.
No, I'm incredibly excited to see the reaction to The Witch's Wrath. I'm excited for people to play it, and yeah. So.
But I guess Casey had it broken up, and now Matt is helping Casey, and thank you, Matt, for that help. I appreciate it so much. And so many people are game mastering, and so many folks are helping, and we are really stoked about the Gooey presence at Gen Con. But this is actually broken up, I think, into 2 parts. It might even be 3 parts. James is here, and I think he knows. So, James, if you know, let us know that. And yes, I agree with that, Harry. The Mud Mounds is definitely a good 8 to 12 hour session, and is going to be wonderful. And that's hopefully one of the adventures that we will publish with our next Kickstarter is this marvelous adventure that Harry crafted. And then Geeky Hoodie and I and a couple of others, I think, are going to collaborate on this Isle of Undulu adventure that we are talking about. And there is others that are coming as well that we are pretty stoked about that I'm hoping will be our next stuff. So anyway, The Witch's Wrath is the tale, and we are excited to bring that to Gen Con and to bring that to all of our friends. So. Yeah, Menace in the Mist. I see that comment, and I see you there, Keith. A Menace in the Mist is also really, really marvelous. John wrote that and did such a fine job that I asked him to do the Dead and Fallow, and so that's why he's working on that for us as well, because that Vile Desolation is quite what do you call it, Mandy? I'm getting a little feedback. Is that me throwing back at you?
I'm not getting feedback.
Okay. Are others hearing me echo in the background?
I'll turn it down a little bit. But listen, I actually had this funny dream last night that I GM'd for you and Harry, and you guys were looking at me very judgmentally the entire time.
The judgmental players, yes.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh, but. Anyway, no, I'm super excited for The Witch's Wrath, and we're getting questions from this is it, how do you say it? Eves from France?
Is it Eves? Yes, I think it is. Yes. Is that you? Is that you, Eves? That there?
Yes. So basically, he's asking about if we can get The Witch's Wrath in the 3rd Kickstarter shipment, and absolutely. I believe it's Witch's Wrath, and there's one other side adventure that will be sent.
No, there's more. I think we've got the Glooming Doom.
Glooming Doom.
which was done by Marvelous Adam, and then Rob did some work on that, and I did some additional work on that, and then we added the obviously the Witch's Wrath. We've got the Dead and Fallow, and right now, just to give everybody such a sort of an over there. Let me answer the Eve's question here, which is at what time frame can the main boxes be played? I would play it sometime after chapter 5. I would actually, I might, depending on how they travel, because there's going to be a little bit of options after chapter 5 for them to go. I would definitely probably put that in after chapter 5, and I think it would be a wonderful thing. And there's going to be ways for you to integrate it, and we're telling people about that. And again, you know, I love travel, right? Travel is, if you do travel right, you have all of these wonderful things that can happen on the road that totally upend what the players want to do, which I love to do that, and then see what they do to upend me, right? Because there's all that stuff that's going on all the time. So that's what I think. And so we are going to do another domestic interim shipment. I'm not sure we can afford to do another one for the folks in Europe, but we are battling very, very hard to get everything out here as fast as we can. We've added a little bit of friends. I don't know if folks know, but we are excited that Alexander has come to work with us here, moved out from back east, and brought Marvelous Carrie with him. And Carrie is helping us with stuff as well. And so we are very excited to have those new friends here and to have their abilities to help with what's going on with Gooey Cube. So that's what we're excited about. But we're gonna try here very hard to get chapter 5, the Cyclopedia Magica, and a couple of these side quests, as well as, if we can do it, Darkenhaven done here in the next 60 to 90 days. And I don't know that we can do it, but we are going to really, really try hard. And that will leave us with very little left to do. So we will see what happens. But no.
I love how you say that. It'll leave us with very little left to do, but we have so much more to do.
Well, yeah, that's true. In the years to come, yes, in the years to come, we're going to Sundestia, you know, and that's another thing too for this show. Now that we're getting to our new place and all of this stuff for the stream, we're going to bring on a lot more of our people. I think I mentioned this before. I've already talked to Howard. He wants to come back on and talk more about the math of the game. You know, I want to get on some of the new authors and all of this. Thank you, Raymond. I appreciate that. And all the new authors and giving people a chance to showcase. I am so excited about Darkenhaven and the Gloomport. And I think I mentioned, if you were a significant contributor to either one of those, we are not just going to do a single poster. We're going to do this mini poster series. You'll get one of them. One of the posters will be signed, and then we'll give the whole set to you if you were a significant contributor, which is about a $250 value, I think is probably what it would be. So we're going to really try to give people great rewards for being a part of that. And then, of course, our main authors, when they're actually doing the writing, we're going to compensate them as well. So we really want people to have this chance. And right now, I'm incredibly proud and pleased with the materials and how it's coming to get together. So Raymond, in the future, perhaps we never know. You know, we're trying to be a big deal. You know, we want to make some of the greatest adventures and materials that have ever been made for the game, and part of that is the reason why some of our stuff is delayed, because we just battle to make it great, and there's not enough artwork. We add a couple pieces of artwork. If the dang book needs to be 400 pages or 350 pages, and it was supposed to be 250, we make it 350 pages. So this is us. I think it is you, Cameraman. I think that there's a little echo popping through if you are a little turned up. So that might be what's going on. All right. So Shadows in Genzicon. Sorry, Cameraman. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that diatribe I just threw down?
I would just like more gooey people to move out here. I think we'd have a great time. And we can just take over the rest of the office space, because that is a 2-story building. We could just kick the marketing agency out.
Yeah, kick them from the premises. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So Shadows and GenzaCon, I'm really excited about this. This is going to be given away for free at our booth. It will be for sale afterwards, but we are going to do a limited edition run of the ones that are actually being given out at the booth. That will be available to our Gooey people who cannot attend. So I don't want you to worry that you're not going to do that. Then we're going to change that up after a certain period of time after Gen Con, and then it will be our normal package that will be not the limited edition. So Gooey Cube East. We need East, West, North, and South. That's what we need all over the place.
Just to be
Tanya,
clear,
hello, Tanya.
Tanya put in this little. Tanya works upstairs in the marketing agency. We wouldn't kick Tanya out. She'd be the one that stayed.
Yes, Tanya, you get to stay.
Yes.
So anyway, so Shadows and GenzaCon. What I'm excited about this is first of all, it's a great tale, and Rob danced with me on this, and I'm actually working on the editing of it right now. And this is a tale of the Citadel that is in the Gravenstown area of the Gloomport. And the reason it is established is because there is a massive ancient underground complex, which was run by dwarves long ago, and something terrible happened therein. And now it is a place of fearful corruption and monsters. And there's all kinds of treasures to be found, even potentially artifacts from the Ethernic civilization. All of that stuff is there. But passing directly through the middle of it, it's called the Grimindun, and passing through the middle of it is this road, this highway, this Underdelven highway, where trade comes from the Underdelve to the Gloomport for Darkenhaven in the city. And they had to establish this citadel there because the problem is that not just heavily armed caravans from the Underdelve, from the Zyathé, not just heavily armed caravans come through there, but monsters and creatures and corrupted beings and all of this stuff. And GenzaCon, the job of GenzaCon is to protect the Gloomport from these incursions. It's also set up in case, of course, someone were to try to invade the Gloomport from the Underdelve. So this is what GenzaCon is. Now, what I'm very excited about is that some of our friends from Gen Con, including Peter Atkinson and David Hop and Megan and Derek, and they are going to be some of the major characters in the module, and their characters are being produced, and we're going to show them here in the next week or two, so you can see Peter's character, and you can see David's, and you can see Megan's, and you can see it's wonderful, and the story is great, and it's creepy, and it leads right into the Grimindun if we wanted to carry that further, and I just think people are going to love Shadows in GenzaCon. So. And it's wonderful for us to pay homage to what Peter founded with this marvelous convention that so many people go to and love, and to have a little Easter egg in the middle of the Gloomport. So that is the tale of GenzaCon. So I hope everyone is excited about that. So
I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing these things fly. So just to be clear, they're not free. They're free with a purchase of, I believe, $30 or more at the booth. However, if you are Gooey and you have a lot of stuff, we'll come up with a special deal, because I understand, like, you don't need a second copy of Darkest Dream.
Well, then if you have it, we're just going to sell it to our Gooey people is what we'll do. We'll put it for sale, so folks can get it if they just want to get it, because obviously a lot of people have purchased our stuff, and it was designed only to be really given away at the booth. But we know we have a lot of people that won't be at Gen Con, and so folks who want to get this, we want to give them that chance to be able to. Want them to have that chance to be able to get this, because I think this is going to be special. Wait till you see Peter's character. Peter is named Peter Haas Weisekost.
It is an awesome portrait.
It's awesome, and Peter is Peter Haas Weisenkost is the prelate, the lord of GenzaCon Citadel, and he is charged with making sure that the Gloomport is safe. So So it is wonderful. So I know we got so much more to talk about, but can I just talk about Gen Con real quick because I want to make sure everybody knows. So first of all, we're going to a couple of cons here. We mentioned where we'll be at what is it? Pop Culture Con? No. It's called. What's the con we're going to here in a week? I can't remember.
Fan Expo.
Fan Expo. Dang it, I can't remember. So we're going to Fan Expo. We're also going to Colorado Springs Comic Con, and both of those we're going to before we go to Gen Con. But I just want to tell you that Casey and Matt and the whole Game Master group, this wonderful group of people, we have got quite a number of our events are just sold out now, just completely sold out. You can't get into most of them. And the Gooey Game Show, I think the last time I looked was 225 or 250 tickets have been sold for the Gooey Game Show. So if you're going to Gen Con and you want to be at that show on Saturday, you should get that ticket because we're getting close to selling out of that as well. A lot of people sort of wait to the end, and when they wait to the end, they don't get into things that they want to get into. So make sure that you do that. But it is so exciting to be what's going to go on, I think, at Gen Con and how gooey it's going to be. And for all of you who are going, please don't forget, this is just a whisper invitation and only for our gooey friends. This is not for everybody at Gen Con and all of that stuff. This is for you all on Thursday night at 8:00, right after the games in the gooey room close down. We're going to have a little party in there. We're going to have some food. We can't bring in any alcohol, so you have to buy your alcohol from one of the stands that are around there. But we'll have some nice food and we'll have some chats. We'll have a little music and we'll talk about gaming and all the fun. And that's Thursday night. Camera Mandy's going to be there with her camera and she wants to take a bunch of pictures and take some video. And I think it's just going to be a wonderful rocking time for all of us to hang out together because we've made so many good friends. So please make sure you've got that, get that on your list. And Oklahoma, I am interested in, Raymond. So you need to send me some stuff. We need to talk about Oklahoma because I know there's a couple of cons down there that we've looked at. And Geeky Hoodie keeps trying to drag me down to Texas. And yes, Harry is right. If you've never been, there's tips and suggestions in Discord. Just ask a question. You can ask a question in the den. But can I just stop for a second? Is that cover art not just magnificent there? That GenzaCon cover art. I mean, that
is awesome. It is awesome. So here I have two things. First off, I want to give Mark Gordon a shout out because
Mark, yes, I should have shouted. Go, please do.
Yeah.
That.
Well, I've been working with Mark on updating our pre-generated characters for our games, and so we will have hopefully very functional level 1, level 2, and level 3 pre-generated characters for our players to come play, because I know that we've had issues in the past with our stats being off. So I just want to say thank you so much to Mark. He's been working very diligently with the team, trying to get all those in place.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Truly,
yes.
you are marvelous, and we appreciate you more than you know. And I'm sorry I did not mention you earlier. I should have.
Yes. And then secondly, since Harry mentioned Discord, announcement that Discord meetups are coming back with Alphinius once a month. And our first one is going to be on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you would like to join Alphinius in the Discord for a fun chat, some readings, I don't know what you have planned, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you were just joining us, the Discord meetups are just a great community event where a bunch of people get together. You get to make new friends, talk to other people who are gooey, talk to Alphinius, and it's a really awesome time. It's a community event. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did these in the old days, when we were smaller, and a lot of people have said we'd love to have some time, to do that and be able to talk about future stuff. Some of you also, I put up a poll about future things for future Kickstarters and what people were interested in, and got some nice feedback there. If you haven't voted in that, please go to the Gooey Den and give us some feedback. And if you've got thoughts, don't be afraid to put them in the comments below. We really want to build this world with our community, and that's what we're doing our best to do. Astagarn, yes. So we could do that, Camera Mandy, if we wanted to. We might have to just ask AJ or Mark to just put a few sentences together just to make sure people go. But basically, I mean, philosophically, I love first level, second level, third level. I love these low levels. And I think that in the old days, they were amazingly fun. It took a while to get to second level. When you got to second level, you actually felt good about being second level, all of that stuff. But we have for decades made first level much more special. And what we do with first level is, rather than having, in the old days, you basically, if you were a wizard, you got one spell and then you threw daggers for the rest of the night, right? But do not vote for hatters. Do not listen to that propaganda. But what we have done for a long, long time, and this is in the house rules, is we have given all casters, an additional 3 first level spell slots. Sometimes we'll give a little buff to other characters as well, to really allow for more adventuring and more fun, and have less resting, and because part of the excitement of this game, right, is resource depletion, right? Part of the excitement of this game is slowly you're being depleted, and you get to a place where things can get kind of dicey, right? And when they get dicey, that's when you overcome it, or are able to overcome it. Hopefully, no TPKs, right? This is when it's like, wow, No, listen. Now, who is what, y'all? Because again, I don't remember everybody their name, but I think I know who this is. But anyway, I think we could do that. And we could help a little bit of that. So mention that to Mark and see if he wouldn't mind, or mention that to AJ. Will you, Cameron Mendy, and let's talk to him about that. Because it would be wonderful. And I
think Asignard is Kevin.
Is it Kevin? Is that you?
I think so.
Yes, I think. Wait, it's just I can't do it. The handles.
Yeah, we try to remember everyone with like 3 different names. So, but yeah, listen. I will say, as like a player who's only played 5e, it is a little confusing when you start at level 1 in Gooey Cube and you're level 1 for like a long period of time. And I know that's more of an old school ideal that was brought to Gooey Cube. And after having it explained to me why, like I was really able to get behind it. The idea of struggling together as a party a little bit more and a little bit longer. However, it does like suck to not have your spellcaster, your archetype, until like level 3. Yes. And so,
but as a balance, you get 3 extra spells, right?
Yes.
So I mean, that's pretty cool, And also, by the time, for me, once you achieve it, right, it means something. I know there are people who just basically rush through, don't even play levels 1 and 2, and just start with level 3 at their archetype. Frankly, honestly, if I had it to do you are right, Josh, tension is critical. That to really have that fear and, oh my gosh, could something bad happen to us here? And sometimes it does, right? All of that stuff is what makes the game and the excitement of the game so wonderful. But in terms of, for me, just growing this low-level character and the experience of it as a player, it really lets them. It makes it much more personal, in my opinion. It ingrains the character more, and because I'm not a high death game master, I try to avoid that. And of course, 5e made it much harder to have characters die anyway. It enables people to really become immersed in that character and enjoy that character and have fun with that character and have that character sort of be a part of them. And part of that is being a lowbie that isn't very good. And you have to strive to achieve something special, right? Your archetype, right? And that takes a little while to get there. But if the adventure is great along the way, I am convinced that no one cares. Sorry, that's not fair. I'm convinced that most would not care. So that's that's sort of philosophically, why we dance the dance that we do.
So this like totally took a turn. I wasn't expecting this like deep philosophical conversation about levels in this episode while we're on this Shadows and Genzicon.
Well, the thing is that Strax Lives says about playing Quember, right? I really appreciate the extra spells. I really think that those add tremendously to the whole thing. I'm glad you visited the local game store. It is free RPG game today. We did not do that this year, but we are going to next year. So it's a little hard for a little company like ours that is really not making money to give away a bunch of stuff. But we have plans next year because we think the worm is beginning to turn, and we're excited for the next year or so where we can get. And it is Josh indeed. It's good for the soul. So okay. That's why we're bringing back the chats, right, Mandy? That's kind of the idea of the discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is the kind of conversation that you can expect, except that's even better because it's not just people's chats popping up on screen, it's their voices being
Yes,
heard.
indeed.
So,
Indeed. Yeah, because
yes.
the mic is open on those chats, y'all. So
Yeah.
you're welcome. Just try to be careful not to talk over other folks, and that's what we do.
Yeah. Okay. And also there's even more great stuff in the chat that I wasn't able to put up on screen. So definitely go make sure that you're reading your Twitch and Facebook chat.
No, I can't. I just want to keep doing this because there's some comments going up here that are just great. I cannot tell you. If you're really trying for immersion, which is what I always strive for at my table. If you're really trying for immersion, you have to build the things that are going on around your characters and work on those things. Which is why there's 50 portraits of the Blue Veil Troop and the people at the carnival and all of that stuff in box 1. Because I know that if you build those relationships, right, it's what Fusion Nerd Gamer said right there. It gives the new players immersed into the Blue Veil their family, their mentors, their friends, their loves, right, their relationships, the ones they care for, the ones they might not care for as much, right, and all of that stuff happens, and then as things occur in the course of the adventure, they have so much more impact. They have so much more, because there's things you find out also along the road as you're traveling about the Blue Veil, and all of a sudden they're not as exactly as they seem, and these revelations and all of that stuff that's how you get those little hairs sticking up on the back of your neck, right? As a player, you're like, because you make this discovery and you're like, whoa, this is the thing, and this is what I believe is the true pinnacle of great storytelling and great gaming, right? But I'm not just theater of the mind. I'm not that, because I know a lot of people enjoy combat. They love rolling dice. I know a lot of people like solving puzzles and doing that. So that's why Gooey Cube tends to sort of cover the spectrum of those things with puzzles and combat and mysteries and tale. But the foundation of it all is the story. The foundation of it all is the story.
And back to Shadows and GenzaCon. The story is great.
It is a great story. It's getting better too. Rob did a nice job, and I'm hoping I'm helping it along a little bit myself. So we will see.
All right, let's finish up with our social media, and then we'll show Belania's Sorrow at the end, which is the beautiful track done by Martin of D20
yes,
Sounds.
Magnificent. Oh yes, Keith got the box. Yes, and
I'm very relieved. I sent this like a month ago. I'm glad that it finally made its way to him.
Well, and Keith also, I think you won one of those decks, right? Of
the proof decks were a gift for GMing for us.
Oh, that's right. We did the gifts too. We did people won them, and then we gave some away too.
Yeah,
for the game masters. Yes, so that those are pretty rare. I think we had 2 that we did originally. That was the first 2, and I have one of them, and I can't remember who won the other one, but we took cards from the other one. And then there was about 20 others that we made, or 30 others. And those we gave out as gifts to our game masters as a thank you for their efforts. And so I'm glad.
With that said, I have a few left that we could do as gifts for Goo Morning Zyathé.
Oh, we could do a giveaway. Not today, though. Not today.
Not today, but in the future, I have some cool stuff to give out.
Jason. Yes. So Jason wanted to do a portrait. And he wrote to us, right, Camera Mandy, and we talked with him a little bit. And he said he really wanted a Sarth Fusilier, right? So that's what we have here, right? A Fusilier.
Halloween. He said he liked Halloween and tea. We didn't quite get the tea in.
And the crow. And so he asked for the makeup a little bit like the crow with the tattoos, because the Sarth are big on this face, this body art, right? They love this. And I think it just turned out magnificently.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to again, these tales are coming, right? With all of these characters that are our friends, right? They're coming. It's not just one person who did something to get in some adventure. It's like, I don't know. It's way over 100 now, Camera Mandy, right? We got 100 and something people who have done. It's way over 100. I mean, if you just our people is 40. I mean, it's probably 150 folks who have characters in the world of Zyathé. It's just magnificent. So yeah, Jason, I hope you're watching, because I think it's fantastic.
Yep, it's one of my favorite pieces of art that's been done recently. Yeah, so really, really love it.
And we showed Phillips last week, right? Which is fantastic.
Yeah, Philip. Yeah. This is funny because I have never made a more popular post ever in the den. That is like 219 people who liked this picture of a door that I took on my cell phone as I was leaving the office and spent about a minute posting. And I just thought it was so hilarious that that is the thing. Not any of my videos that I've like spent hours working over or anything like that. It was that thing that got 219 likes on Facebook, but I am glad people are excited
I must
about
tell
our new
you though,
office.
Camera Mandy, in my
Yes.
belief set, that is simply because Facebook's algorithm determined it was going to show it to a lot more people for some god unknown reason, right? That it versus your marvelous videos that everyone should see.
I get it. It's because the cube is this. Listen, we are very excited about this new office. I think it's going to be a great place for people to come visit when they do come to Colorado. And I agree, there's something very excited about just having. Because like at our old office, we were more like shooed into the marketing agency side of it. Whereas, I mean, not shooed in, just to be clear, we had like kind of overtaken like the entire entrance area with shipping crap. So it was a mess. But in this office, we really have a functional space for us to grow. And that's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Facebook is biased towards doors. Yeah.
I believe it.
Okay. Next up. Oh, I really like this art from the Witch's Wrath.
Yes,
like,
this is one of them. And
I think this is a good sneak peek at what we have in store for us.
Yes.
As a player, I look at this and I am just like, oh crap. Hopefully they're nice. Hopefully we can talk some sense into them.
Talking about I can't remember, seduction or something. That might have been me actually. I might have put a.
It does look a little interesting.
Okay,
positioning wise.
Do not. There's nothing hidden subliminally in our things. It just is.
I know they're getting ready to the lunge. I get it. So. Anyway, I am really looking forward to actually
sweating right now.
Okay.
Onward, Camera Mandy. Oh yes, I'm excited for this. So Devin has never been to Gen Con, and he is going to come with us, and he is actually going to be the host of the Gooey Game Show. So he's going to do all the announcing and stuff like that. So we are excited. Devrunda is coming to. So now I think we have a chance that all three of my kids are going to be there. So I'm not sure about Kimmy yet. We'll see. But it is wonderful that Mike and Devin and Kimmy can all come to Gen Con. At least hopefully Kimmy can make this work.
I mean, we do not have hotel rooms for people, so you need to actually tell me if people are coming.
I'm waiting. Kimmy and I are talking about it.
This is where we discuss random stuff on the thing, like Alphinius, we are a month out and we need hotel rooms. So that's awesome.
But no, Devin is excited to come, and and we're excited to have him. So
absolutely. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, we go back to that. Oh, wait, no, I have a few more.
John's been putting up some builds, and we really appreciate it, John. We love your pictures and what you're doing, and I love this stuff because I'm a terrain freak, as most of you all know, and I just love the builds that John's been showing us.
Yeah, love it.
And then so this actually shows you where. And by the way, I just got from the artist. I got the finished section now. So the Genzicon Citadel is done, and it looks fantastic. And of course, we put up the maps. You can see it there. And this is all part of bringing this whole Gloomport to life, right? This is all these images and things like that that'll all be in the box for you to show to your players.
Awesome.
Oh, AJ. Yes, I hope AJ's watching. This is so cool. So AJ has this studio called the Wolf Brigade Studio, and just a wonderful print here, and it is very exemplary of what I think the Wolf Brigade Studios sort of symbol, right, should be. So we and AJ I think put up also a it was a dragon, a turtle, massive model. I mean, it was massive, and I just really appreciate AJ's another very talented painter and an artist in our group, and just appreciate those posts.
All right, this is the last one, and this is actually the best one because yes. So Lydia's father passed away, and they memorialized him in the world of Zyathé.
Yes, and
so
on
Father's Day. Yeah, just on Father's Day, Lydia presented this to her mother, and as her mother said, it captured his soul, and that means a lot to us. That our artists not only were able to give that moment to them, but that Lydia felt and trusted us to memorialize her father in this way.
Yeah,
So.
and that we're gonna have Knick Knack Jack. We're gonna have Knick Knack Jack in the world of Zyathé for many, 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 many years to come. And that is there's a number of folks that have been memorialized this way, and we are pleased to be in our own way a little part of making a wonderful memory. And that is this is very touching for me. I have lost both my parents, so I understand the heartbreak if you were close to your folks, and so Knick Knack Jack, onward.
Absolutely.
Onward.
Okay, well, that is pretty much it, except that we are going to finish this episode up by showing Belania's Sorrow, and you can also find this on YouTube, and it is a gorgeous piece of music from Martin Schroer at D20 Sounds. And I'm going to just play the minute and 30-second version of this, but he did a 10-minute loop of this that is absolutely stunning, that keeps this beautiful tension throughout the entire 10-minute segment. And so if you like this snippet of it, please go and purchase the music at d20sounds.com. It's not expensive. It's only a couple bucks, and it helps a local, like a growing artist, I should say. He's in Germany, so not local to Colorado Springs, but someone.
He's one of our Gooey friends.
Gooey friends,
right?
yes.
And we try to support our friends as we can. I mean, it's just part of our deal. And so we if you throw a couple bucks Martin's way and just encourage him, again, he's probably not doing it as much for the money as he's doing it for the love of the art, right? Which is so many people do that. It just the love of creating. And that's the marvelous thing about this group, is how creative it is and amazingly talented. There's so many folks with good words, and they can draw things and paint things. And Pamela's trying ceramics, and all the things and I was talking this morning with Nessa, and I just made so many friends here, and we have made so many friends here, and it is a wonderful thing. So Belania's Sorrow is one of the images that we did for one of our covers. It's the cover to chapter 4. It is an incredible part of the tale, and Belania is very special to me. There's some representation and things that are personal to me about Belania, and the tale of Belania's Sorrow goes so well with chapter 4. And when you play it and read it, you'll understand. But it's also likely one of my most favorite artworks we've ever done, maybe my most favorite. And so it'll show up here when Camera Mandy does the video. We're coming back on and say goodbye, right?
Yes, we'll come back on and say goodbye. So we're going to go ahead and
one
show.
last thing. If you have not followed our Twitch thing, would you give us a little follow on the Twitch? Please do that for us. And if you're enjoying this, tell other people about this. I really think that this is a great show, and I think it's going to get better and better as we go forward with more of the things that Camera Mandy and I and others have planned. And like I said, more showcasing of our friends who are doing things in the Gooey community, even more artwork showcases and some of those kinds of things. And we're going to get back to the tours now that we're almost back to our studio. So there's a lot of fun stuff coming. So give us a follow and let some people know.
Okay. I'm going to take us off and play the video. Just 1 second.
Is that not something? Yes, Melania. Yes, she's marvelous. A big part of the tale, actually, in regards to some of the things that are going on. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed that. Cameron Mendy, thank you for making it. Martin, thank you for the marvelous music, and thank you all for joining us on these Saturday mornings and having a coffee and talking, chatting, and doing all this stuff that goes back and forth. And you really do make our Saturday, right, Cameron Mendy?
Absolutely. This is absolutely a brilliant way to start Saturday morning, and we just appreciate you. And again, I ask you, please, please, please go support Martin in Bardic Tales. So we have this 10-minute, trust me, the 10-minute version of this astonished me. It was beautiful the way that he kept the tension throughout the entire piece of music. And he also has the Hernesh version up on the website as well.
Which you played already. You did that last
Yes.
couple.
A month ago or so.
Yeah, fantastic. So, my friends, thank you very much again. You are marvelous. We love what's going on. We love the new things that are happening, new stuff that's being produced. And
it's our 50th episode, and it's also our 1-year anniversary.
1-year anniversary. Yeah.
Happy 1 year of doing this thing, just like jumping off the cliff. We were not ready to start this, but we just jumped off the cliff and started it anyways. So
anyway, my friends, Cameron Mendy, get ready. You have to do this. Are you ready, right? You have to get ready. Okay. May all your adventures be sticky. Ha ha.